let's bring the heat to this kitchen, man. Hot topic, okay? The heat in the kitchen, hot topic.
Double portion be the name, don't got a clue, nigga. Mute times two. Ill feel be a charmer. Verbal logic.
Ladies,
and gentlemen.
it's your boy right here, MJ, aka Muyango Jr., aka is your sister sing a lot of things. And as you can see, this is episode 12. Sound effect best. There we go. And today, as you can say, before we go this side, Mr.
Hi,
Best,
I'm
how's your day?
I
Yeah,
matter.
exactly.
How's my day, man? Yeah, it's been alright.
Standard, eh? Standard.
Standard.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, as you know what we do
We got
here.
a superstar here with us today.
Exactly. Okay, of course. It's me, but yeah, then we've got Elijah here as well. So, Mr. Elisha, can you tell us, give yourself an intro, my guy?
Times two.
Alright,
Exactly.
Times 2 is the intro, eh?
Exactly, my G. Let us know.
I go by the names of Elisha Wangu Simtami.
Yes, sir.
Born and raised Zambian, proud African.
There we go, my friend.
Represent.
Representing
the motherland, eh?
all the time.
Yeah, so do we need to basically say ages and everything?
No, you don't. No one needs to
Okay,
know.
what's
There's
that
some
about?
pervs out
Yeah,
there. There's some pervs
Because,
out there.
phone number.
I don't know if you want.
Just
if
your
you want.
social security number, you know.
Whichever.
Okay,
Huh?
birth.
Okay, give me your
Alright,
pin for
alright.
your account. It's okay.
We'll put that right there.
Exactly.
Mm.
My number are letters. I'm the only one who gets numbers for letters.
No problem. No problem.
A,
Mhm.
B, C, D.
Of course. Huh? You let the people know. Let the people know.
Yeah. All right. So proudly African, fully African. Spent my whole life in Africa except for this period where I came overseas for school.
Yes, sir.
So out here, Sunway, making some waves and ripples. Yeah. Basically creative, artistic would say. I'm good in creative arts, and that's how I began to do poetry, which later then moved into music. So music is the main thing right about now. I go by the name of Double Porcion. Check my music out. Instagram, leave a like and follow. You get down to it, and trust me, by the
Spotify as well,
end
right
of
there.
this month,
Uh-huh.
I'll be dropping you guys with 2 new joints.
Exactly.
One called Intruder
That's
Alert,
Intruder.
and another one is a
Alert.
sweet tune from Africa. So you guys pay attention, and by the end of this month, October,
Yes, sir.
Rocktober,
Yes, sir.
I'm dropping you guys with some bangers.
I can proudly say I've heard them and I like them. And yeah, I
And
like
that's the end of the episode.
exactly.
Yeah,
No,
that's
no,
it.
I mean,
What else do we need to say,
Exactly.
man?
Mic drop. Mic drop.
Chapter close, hey.
actually, I've seen this guy perform. Big deal, big deal,
Me
big
too.
stuff,
Yeah.
big stuff.
That's why I was there at ICN.
Yeah,
Exactly.
my brothers pull up some
Mhm.
support on me,
Yeah.
and come on.
I was
we
like the
together.
goon, you know.
Exactly.
I actually
So,
went
so best
together to
before we started this, you wanted to ask a question.
Did I?
Oh,
Yeah,
ask me
about why our
questions.
accents are different.
Oh yeah. So they're
Yeah.
both from Zambia.
Yeah, both from Zambia. Allow it.
Apparently.
No,
Exactly.
I'm like, yeah, they're ganging up on me.
Exactly. No, feel free.
And I'm just
20
like
numbers,
wondering.
Golden State Warriors.
Exactly.
Please don't mess with us.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, the Jews.
So
but yeah.
this guy, your accent's very Americanized,
How dare you?
and everyone like who listens to the podcast, they think you're
American.
American.
Oh well.
But like
I don't think-
Elijah's,
I don't even think that.
Apparently,
I
don't
don't
know
even
why.
think that's a compliment, honestly.
I don't know.
Actually,
Never said it was. I'm just saying like,
Yeah.
but
Uh,
Elisha's accent sounds more, you know, I don't know, natural.
From the common.
Yeah, something like that.
he knows. You don't even
no, you don't.
I
you
don't
say
know.
that.
I'm like, yeah, exactly. It just sounds.
He's throwing. He's throwing shade.
Okay.
I'm throwing shade.
Okay, out.
No, as in-
I'm already wearing black. You
no,
can't
for
throw
me
shade,
it was
but-
very different. I mean, I wouldn't say I was Okay, yeah. I've been
No, it's just
privileged
like
to
when
go-
you watch the same stuff growing up and all that, you know, like isn't it
No,
normally?
as in for me, well, it comes from being teased, you know, because you should hear my brother, you know, the way the dialect is very, it's English, but the way they speak is very different as well.
Mm.
Because when I was growing up, it was, I chilled with different people, you know, that slang, that Zambian,
Yeah, we have our own
say,
Zambian
what
slang.
exactly. So yeah,
A
but
lot of people are trying to adopt it. Even here, though,
Mhm.
Exactly.
I'm really impressed.
Ex-
We make it move.
Exactly.
Well, there's a lot of
They
Zambians
ca-
here.
I don't know,
Yeah.
but I never want to adopt the no,
That
not
one,
that
that
one.
one.
Is that a Zambian thing or
No,
is
that's the Nigerian.
Nigerian, right?
You.
JJ, where
Exactly.
is the money?
Exactly.
Isn't he from Nigeria? Why does he lie to people?
He is from
This-
Nigeria.
I'm like one eighth Nigerian.
Exactly. yeah? You. Oh really? Oh,
I'm
No,
telling
no.
you.
how dare you. All right, guys.
Yeah.
Today's topic, religion. And that's
'Cause-
it.
'cause,
Straight to the point.
I'm sitting with like two priests right here.
No, as in, I wouldn't say I'm a priest. I wouldn't
You
lie.
wanted to be a priest.
I wanted to be a priest growing up. That's the only subject I was good at.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Ah,
one of my
serious?
only A's.
Yeah, he actually.
All levels. A, religion. Actually wanted to be, but mom and dad. And actually, not my mom and dad. My dad was like, "Are you for real? Spending millions, my friend."
I feel you. I feel you.
Exactly.
You
But
know,
wanted to, like-
ironically, I want the first ambition I ever had from childhood was being a pastor.
exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because there's
Yeah.
something about it.
Both
man.
of you, man. Wow.
Exactly. Because there's something about having and just doing
Just
good.
Zambian things.
No,
No,
it's
it's
not a Zambian
Hashtag
thing.
just
It's
Zambian.
just when you Zambia is first and foremost a Christian nation,
Mhm.
True.
and people are taught on Christian values and principles.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
just being born, you see that everyone goes through a certain type of struggle,
Mhm.
and we get to understand and rely on God. And
Yeah.
because we're growing up and seeing our parents take us to church and be in the presence of God, and you idolize people who are doing the work of God,
Mhm.
it's just something that plays on you, and then you grow
True.
into wanting to do something that type of work. Whether it's doing music or singing or even just helping out in church. Different people have got different callings to it, but for me, like literally when I was young, I was really moved by it, and so I wanted to be a pastor.
I love
Just
it.
spreading like love and joy and like peace through
Yeah,
that.
just
Yeah.
spreading love and joy, the love. Eh?
It's actually like kind of funny, and now you're gonna call bullshit on this, but for real, like when I was a kid though,
You're
but
gonna be black, huh?
that thing like I had it as well. Like I just wanted to preach like religion and
Oh,
stuff
yeah,
like
of
that.
course, of
That's
But that's
good,
just when I was a
that's
kid.
good. This
I guess it changed around puberty.
times
Change
change,
with the
yeah.
environment, man. Because
Yeah.
obviously you grow up, man.
Yeah,
you
like
start to
when you
make
start
yourself-
like making like actual friends like that, and when you start learning things about the world,
yeah, and money.
money. Is
People
another,
tell you
money's
money.
True. Like most of the people, when you're thinking of what you study, money is always a consideration.
Exactly.
Mhm.
That's the first thing. How much will you make?
Uh-huh.
No one
Exactly.
thinks, do you
How
love
much
the
you
thing?
make?
Exactly.
$100,000 just to
There you go, my guy.
Exactly.
But
Rich
anyway,
uncle.
What
going
you
back.
paid.
Okay, before we go, we go off the topic. Mr. Elisha there will tell us what do you
Just
think?
Elisha, right? Not
Elisha,
Eli-
not,
Yeah,
not
that's
Elijah,
what
just
Elisha.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, sir, what's the difference? What do you think? Difference, religion and being spiritual, spirituality, religion. In your
Eh,
opinion,
I don't know.
In my
Yeah, in your
opinion.
opinion.
All right. So, my background in this basically is religion is man searching for God.
Mm-hmm.
And at the moment, I don't really have a definition of spirituality
okay,
apart from knowing it's a spiritual connection
Mhm.
with your God.
okay,
Okay.
Yeah. So, what I came to understand is that religion is man searching for God, but spirituality has got nothing with man searching for God, but it's rather a connection.
oh God,
A
It's something from
connection.
within. Yeah.
Yeah. So in man searching for God, and that's religion, its foundation of how to find the higher being and everything.
Mm.
That's how religion comes into play.
Okay.
And religion is a very broad, and I believe our listeners are going to be entertained. Not
Mm.
only entertained, they're going to have things that open their mind to different perspectives
Of
and
course.
know how things are really from different types of views. And yeah,
Different standpoints and
yeah,
everything.
different
Yeah.
standpoints.
that's
Thank you
true.
for
The only thing I have a problem is when people use religion to try back themselves up. When we're young, but dude, in the Bible, even Jesus drank alcohol. I'm like, my G, but that's the. I tell people I'm not the most religious person, but I don't ever use the Bible, God's word, to like back up what I'm doing.
exactly.
I always feel like that's very disrespectful. Number
Uh-huh.
one, because even I always tell people this: a man cannot chase two rabbits, right? No
You can
person
only
ch-
chase
no one
three.
can
Yeah.
chase two rabbits and catch one. It's impossible. You
Mhm.
have to focus on one.
yeah.
You have to decide, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna live my life this way?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much a good person, or F boy, or whatever society wants me to be. So that's why I was saying, like, for me, religion, the way I've grown up with, it's like I feel we tend to, I just also don't know. I think it's also broken. At the end of the day, we're all broken people. At the
Yeah,
end of the day.
definitely.
Yeah, like to be honest, it's a broken system.
Exactly. It's
So like
broken.
to fill in the gaps, we just use religion because when nothing makes sense, we just go like, oh, God said this, and we misinterpret it in a way.
You see, I saw this. One of my friends, good friend of mine, she's I don't know if she's bi or now a lesbian.
You never know
But-
nowadays.
No, I don't know. She is. Like, she's openly gay.
Okay.
So like I just, it's not like I said anything. I just didn't understand, because who am I to say anything when
Mhm, mhm,
God is not
mhm.
as strong as most people is.
Yeah.
So like I never speak on things I don't know yet. So when she said, God, what kind of God? Because even this whole debate on Adam and Eve,
First of all, I hate
not Adam
when
and
those
Steve.
questions. By the way,
What
what
kind
kind
of
of
God?
God?
What
I
kind of
hate.
God
I
we
don't want
hate?
to. Whenever people say what kind of God, I'm like, I don't want to hear the rest
Exactly.
of
What
this
kind of God
question.
we hate? Love and
No,
stuff. But I'm like,
I just.
this topic. There was this guy. I think it was America. It was because
It's always.
anything in
It's always
America,
America.
anything happens that's big. So exactly. So like this guy refused to bake a cake for this gay couple. Was it a gay couple who were getting married? And those guys were very upset. I was like, but why would you be upset? It's
Mhm.
not like he's the only guy who can bake
Bake
you
a
a cake.
cake, yeah.
How many bakers are there?
This
Because
just reminded me of the
he
Logan
just
song.
said like, listen,
Yeah.
I can't do this because of my values.
Yeah.
My value is like I grew up in a system, a
Uh-huh.
Christian family where a man and woman get married.
Yeah.
If a man and man came up to me, same if a woman, I would say no because that's my belief.
Mhm.
And I said, I understand, I respect
I
that.
get it 100%.
Yeah.
That's the problem with most people. No, if you don't believe in what I believe in. I said with David yesterday in Connect. David was Myrington is Donald Trump, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Most people find that offensive. I just laugh. It's just
It's a
hilarious
joke.
for me.
It's a
Exactly,
joke.
it's just
Yeah.
a joke. So he said like literally one girl just said I cannot be your friend because he said Donald Trump is actually
Because-
good for America. And I was like, but why? Because
Uh-huh.
one thing I hate is groupthink. You
Yeah.
think differently from me. You think different. That's what
Mhm.
I enjoy. But if we all thought the same, we'd die.
Like sheeple,
Exactly.
yeah.
Groupthink is very
Mhm.
dangerous for a group. No pun intended. It's just the
Yeah.
way it is.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So like that's why for me that's why I feel like religion is people are taking a mick because like now even gay marriage is usually happening in the church though these days even with a pastor. So I just sit there and like listen I can't talk on this topic because right now I don't really understand.
See, for
Yeah.
me though, and people might call this ignorant. I feel like there's not much to understand. I'm like, you know how people always go like nowadays. You want to ask their opinion on something, they go like, I don't know much about it to say anything. That's what their usual answer is, like, I don't understand it enough to say anything. But for me, I'm like, I already know
Yeah, of
what
course.
about it, and like,
Yeah.
I don't need to go deeper because I already have my answer,
Yeah.
and like that's just my belief.
No, for me, I would like to. It's like the way I look at it is like I would like to be good at something. It's just like if you're a businessman and you have that experience and you want to, he's coming to me. I want him to, you have to have that. Like, how can you talk about the Bible when you don't read the Bible every day? That's how I
Definitely.
look at it. How can you tell? Like, example, if I said I want to be a rapper, first
Okay.
person is like, oh, Elisha, you rap. So
Obviously.
exactly, how do you write verse one, chorus, whatever hook? Because that's what I'm saying. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
I can't speak on something in two. Like I've done my background, my research, and I've got that understanding. That's when you have that.
So like
confidence.
an expert is pretty much, yeah.
Exactly. When you study something.
But
Cristiano Ronaldo said, "Let me
Mhm.
teach you football." I'm going there. And I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, teach me. You are the best at what you do.
Mhm.
So allow it.
But if there was someone, you know how you see these videos on YouTube nowadays, it goes like, there's a guy on a table, he has a big sign, it goes like, there are only two genders, change my mind. So anyone can come down, sit down, and like just try to like change his mind and stuff like that and explain it to him. But if that was me, first of all, I wouldn't ever do that because you can't change my mind. And again, that's gonna sound ignorant, but I'm just like, don't complicate it. That's just how it is. Two genders and all that, stuff like that. Like, yeah.
Do you
Do you
think-
believe there's just two genders, right?
Yeah.
So like, why complicate it? And like same with all the LGBTQ plus and what the hell not. There's even LGBTQP and P's for pedophilia. I'm not even kidding. They're trying to legalize like
His face says it all.
yeah.
You should zoom in on that. That was the stuff. Priceless right there. I just don't know what no, that's also a Western thing. I just don't want to get into that. But yeah, Mr. Elish,
Yeah.
got something to say? Add on?
See.
It's getting tense in here.
I know this is one of our most serious conversations actually because it's a big topic,
it's
man.
a big topic,
Exactly,
and
yeah.
all of us are just sharing our own knowledge
Of
and
course,
views.
of
And
course.
Mhm.
On how I also perceive
yeah,
them.
for me, like it's really surprising how broken the system is.
Yeah.
And to be honest, the Bible says if man labors but does not do it for God, he does it and he does it in vain.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, true.
Yeah, so that's why religion for me is a broken system
Mm,
because it's made by man.
true.
And man was trying to find a way, a solution to fix things that he couldn't do.
Yeah.
So, because other people view religion as a set of laws given to guide people so that they're more controlled.
Mm.
and that's what people see it as. Other people see it as a walk of faith.
Yeah.
And it's different to different people, because to one person, religion is just a Sunday thing or
Yeah, yeah.
It's
a
true, it's
church
true.
thing.
I get that.
Monday to Saturday, we play secular music.
Exactly.
Sunday, I play.
I think
You
it's
know,
even in like one of my favorite songs. Is I think in Sundays. Is it Sundays by what's his name? Florida Georgia Line, and like there's Luke Bryan as well. I think he goes like, "We'll be shooting on them Saturdays and going to church on the
Yeah,
Sundays," something like
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So that's just not how it is.
exactly.
So,
Like
yeah.
your secular. Yeah, I get
You
what
know,
you're saying.
like not to cut you off, but that kind of thing also translates into like Valentine's Day. People only show love on that one
On
day.
one day
Yeah.
instead of every
Mothers,
day.
they're never gonna call their mom, but Mother's Day comes. Oh, hi, mom. You know, blah blah
That's
blah,
the thing.
and
That's the
that's it.
thing.
You know,
True,
like
true,
that's
true.
not how it's supposed to be.
I'm also a victim of that. True, true, true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like,
Mm.
I just hate how people have
Then
created
Father's
these-
Day, I'm just quiet, like my dad.
Yeah.
like no,
Tough love.
it's tough love.
Some tough
Yeah,
love.
exactly.
Yeah, man. It's just
Mr.
like,
Elisha, you're saying?
yeah, you were saying though, yeah.
Yeah, for other people, it's like a Sunday thing.
Mm.
But when it's church or it's a mosque, whichever.
Same for
religion
Islam. It's like
exactly.
for those kind of people, it's a Friday thing.
Exactly.
And apart from that, they just never pray or nothing.
Exactly. And because it's a broad thing and you cannot judge it by just looking at one person, you look at different lifestyles, different ways of
Mhm.
being. People are moving in their daily lives. It's really broad, like, to be honest.
Yeah,
And
yeah. It's a
my-
way of life. That's the thing. It's not a set
exactly,
of rules. It's a way of life.
and it's not just supposed to be a day thing or whenever I
It's
feel like I'm
constant.
being pushed in a corner, I use it to
Convenient.
exactly something used to your
Mhm.
own convenience. It's something that you literally are supposed to live and breathe each and every day.
It's even said like in the Quran, like it said that they only pray when like when God afflicts like adversity upon them. That's the only time they pray. And once God removes the adversity, they just go back to the way
That's
they
the
were.
thing.
And that's what happened. Yeah, like yeah, no, like, every time like okay, there's a there's a guy for example right now, just like an example. Just think of some guy who's with like his girlfriend and everything, and he's doing all sorts of stuff. Vices
Yeah.
and drugs and alcohol and everything. Sex and all that. The moment they break up and he's heartbroken, that's when he's gonna turn to God.
That's
And
how
if he gets her back, he's back to his old ways.
I think that's how human nature is. Right now, we take advantage, take for granted our parents, example.
yeah.
But when your mom and dad die, God forbid,
Mm-hmm.
there's just that thing like, bruh, I should be calling my mom. I could have been calling
Regrets,
my mom every day,
regrets.
you know. But I feel that's just how human beings, man.
You only realize when it's too late.
That's why the Bible adds on to say it's hard for a rich man to go to heaven.
That's why.
Oh, okay. I didn't know
Because okay, the Bible says
Mhm.
that. I can't just directly give you the verse and
yeah, no,
everything, but
I get the gist of it.
yeah, but it says it's hard for a rich man to go to heaven
Mhm.
because understand this, you only want God when you feel like you've got a need.
True,
Exact-
true,
yeah.
true, true, true.
People treat God as a need basis.
That
Mm.
makes
Say
a lot
when
of sense.
when
now
I
that-
need something, that's not good. So look
Mhm.
at a poor man. A poor
Mhm.
man would always need something. He needs
exactly.
food, so
Yeah,
he
yeah.
pray to have the next meal.
Food,
While
water, shelter.
a rich man who
He
can
already
do
has it all.
exactly has it all.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's why
Actually,
most
sorry, best.
yeah.
Like I actually agree with him because like I don't know if it's in Revelation. It says when Jesus is on Judgment Day, Jesus was like, "Why didn't you feed?" There's that saying, "Why didn't you feed me when I was?"
Yeah.
Exactly. Why didn't you? Why did you?
When
turn
I
a
was hungry,
why did you turn a blind eye? It's just like for me, the best story, the best version of this is the story of who was that guy? Was it not Lazarus? Well, the rich man and the servant.
yeah, the rich man, the servant. Yeah, the story about the rich man.
Then
and
the rich
servant.
man went to hell, and the servant was there
Mm.
Yeah.
in heaven, and that story is deep.
Ironically, I was thinking about that today. Like everything here is like so amazing right now, literally.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, I don't think I know about it.
All right, so to
Mm.
give you a story, it's
Yeah.
not to exact context,
Uh-huh.
but just
Yeah, no,
to
maybe I have heard
paraphrase
something similar.
everything.
Yeah,
just to
sure.
paraphrase it, it's like a rich man.
Mm-hmm.
There's this poor man who
Okay.
would daily go and eat off the scraps
Mm-hmm.
of a poor rich man's table.
All right.
So the rich man got to a point whereby you now start resenting the people who are there. Like the poor man who's there, you start resenting him.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
every day you're bringing your dirtiness on my
Mm,
table. You're
Sure.
not allowed, and you're in chase, even
Like
though
get
you
out
know
of here. Yeah.
that's just the
Yeah.
little bit he has to eat.
Yeah.
And then judgment time comes, and the rich man goes to hell,
Yeah.
and then the poor man goes to
Goes
heaven.
to heaven.
of course.
Okay.
So when the poor man is in heaven, the tables have changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
So now the poor man, the rich man is in hell, and he asks for the former poor man to at least dip his hand
Mhm.
in water, just a drop of
Yeah.
water to go and quench his thirst.
Yes.
And he wasn't allowed to say, "You're not. That's
Mhm.
hell and this is heaven."
Mhm.
The rich man then prayed and said, "At least give me a chance to go back and tell my brothers
Yeah. Yeah.
the reality of hell and
Mhm.
say, please change because
Yeah.
things are really bad here."
No,
That's
we
the
we
context
we,
of
we
the
had
story.
something like that. Yeah. Because it's like even Islam says like, and when they're in heaven and hell, that and like the dwellers of hell, then they will say, "Oh God, give us one more chance, and we'll make all these wrongs right and stuff." But
Yeah.
that's when it's too late,
True.
Yeah. And then people say, "Oh, how are we supposed to know?" There's like a lot of signs that religion was always there.
True.
Yeah, and the thing about how you were talking about the rich person, how like it's hard for them to like go to heaven.
Yeah.
And look at most rich people nowadays. At least musicians, they come to mind first.
Money is power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just look at how depressed everyone is.
It's the truth.
True.
Have you heard "Is There More" by Drake? It
No,
goes
no,
like,
no.
"Is there more to life than the G5 soaring the sky going to Dubai?" Like he has so much. He's literally wondering, is there more to life?
Honestly,
And that's how everyone's killing themselves
no, as in
nowadays.
truth.
No purpose.
The truth is like I was in a group with my friends. It was called Autoclick. It was a like parody music. We used to just make fun
Uh huh.
of
Yeah.
music, like Lonely Island, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that was just fun.
Yeah.
Like I always tell you, I just do things if I just out of the passion. The last thing on my
Yeah.
mind is money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause dude, it's funny. Someone said it's funny how when you're young, in your 20s and 30s, you're young.
Yeah.
True.
You're working so hard for money. You don't spend time with your son.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know anything about your son.
Yeah.
You don't even know his interests. You
Mhm.
just put things upon him. And I was just saying, with chess.
I love how you keep saying "son" and you put.
No,
like-
no,
No,
because he understands. You see,
Yeah, no, no, no,
you
no,
see,
no,
he's
we
from
can relate,
Zambia.
we
You know
can relate,
that
yeah.
relation.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
So like that's what I'm saying. Like it's just fun. That's why I had this argument with. I even told Best about it. There's this girl and I was saying like, yo, I told her like I love to play video games. And you say why don't you stream? Why don't you make money off it? I was
Yeah.
like, there's some things I just never want to make money off.
Yeah.
of.
Yeah.
There's just like gaming is just something I want to do with me and my
Mhm,
friends.
mhm.
Yeah.
You
For
know,
own
just-
pleasure.
Exactly.
You don't want to
like-
monetize everything.
Exactly. We have fun. We speak trash. We're like, I'm better. It's just trash. Guys just
Yeah.
trash talk every time. That's how FIFA is.
Yeah.
Those are the guy rules and stuff. But I said, but you're saying like, no, but money is important. I was like, for me necessarily, it's not. I said the way I live life now is like, I put happiness as a priority.
That's
Something's not making me happy. I'm just like, nah, I don't need.
that's
to.
one
Yeah.
value a lot of people should actually carry. That's really important.
Dude,
Yeah.
for me, happiness is a priority. Number one. I say that's why I always say like, there's not what it doesn't take away from you if your friend is good at something and you say, bro, you can do this.
Yeah.
What does it take away from you?
Nothing really.
Mhm,
You spread happiness.
mhm.
That's the funny thing about life.
Yeah.
The things hate comes fast.
True.
If I do something against Elijah, it will happen even next week. But love, it takes time.
Yeah,
It's a
love
process.
takes time.
Good
If I
things
if
take
I,
time.
if I spread love, it might even come 2 years, and
Mhm.
sometimes not even me. If I have kids, it'll go on them. Blessings.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why exactly. So that's why I would say like for me, happiness is a priority.
Yeah.
Of course, I also don't. I live
No,
in
I
the
was
real
just gonna
world.
say, I know you're realistic. You're not saying
Exactly.
like,
I'm
don't
not
follow your
delusion-
dreams and don't work or
I'm not
anything.
delusional. I'm saying
Yeah.
like, but at the end of the day, I also understand now. Like I grew up in a system, especially in Africa. You know that list. If you're not an engineer, doctor,
Same.
businessman,
It's
you're
not just an
failure.
African thing.
Exactly.
Same. Yeah.
Exactly.
So I just sat down. I was
Asia
like-
as well.
I just told myself, what dreams do I have?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The only scary thing is if I die with dreams.
Mm-hmm.
So I just said, you know what? What's one of the things I'd like to do? Podcast, number one.
Mhm.
Sorted. Then I was like, next, what do it be? So I just sit down and say, okay, patience. And
Do
now you
everything,
look at
man.
it.
Try
properly.
everything.
Trial and error, bro.
True.
Trial
That's
and error.
life. Because in African perspective, you
Yeah.
cannot say I want to grow up and be a chef.
You
Yeah.
cannot.
You know what I want to say? Like, this is a misconception. Like, because you guys are gonna say it's an African thing, I'm gonna say it's an Asian thing. What I want to say is like,
Mm.
I think it's all people of color.
No,
all
see,
people of
you see-
color.
no, no,
No
you
white
see-
people. Let's be honest.
no, no,
White
no,
people can do whatever the hell they want.
No, that's not true.
Yeah.
Because that's also given a negative perception.
No, I'm just saying, like that's just how it is. Their
No.
family structure. They admitted themselves.
Okay, I don't know.
They,
Because
come
for
on,
me-
Elisha, what would you say?
Okay, before Elisha, because for me and
Yeah.
Elisha, we can understand that. But
Yeah.
I feel like for Asians, it's a bit more toxic.
Okay.
Because I won't lie, I was allowed to play football when I was in high school.
Uh-huh.
At least I was given that. But
Yeah.
as a profession, they would say no. I would
Mhm.
play it in school.
Just
But I
same
feel-
for
but-
us. Do whatever you want, but as a profession, no.
Exactly.
Doctor,
but you see,
engineer,
at least I
accountant,
could do
that's
that.
it.
But with Asians,
Mhm.
I feel it's more that tiger mom, tiger dad.
Yeah.
If you can't play the piano, you're a failure. If you get a C below, you're a failure. Japan has got the highest, I think, suicide rate. That Logan Paul video, though it was bad, it showed that.
I'm not. I wasn't really talking about Far East. I was talking more about like Southeast Asia, where the place I'm from, Pakistan. So like we just have, we have strict stuff like that. Like we want straight A's and stuff like that. And
Every parent.
you're either gonna be a doctor, engineer, or maybe that's even a stretch, an accountant. But that's it, nothing else.
You know what? Let's just throw a challenge, eh?
Okay,
Let's
okay.
just see what people react to. Yeah.
Mm.
So this is a challenge for all our listeners there.
Exactly.
Just try and talk to your parents and just say, "Dad or Mom, I dream to be a pastor, maybe." And just see their reaction. Let's
True.
just see
Mhm.
how they react to it. Like
Mm.
you just change it and let's just see.
Yeah.
Or even a cook.
Yeah.
Yeah, just change. I want to be a chef. Like I want to be a top chef. There's a challenge to you people out there. Let's just see what reactions we get from there,
Challenge
from
of the
different
day.
people. Yeah.
Because
Mm.
again, this is like, I get it. It's a presumption, but I'm just
Mm.
saying that majority of the time, it's gonna be people of color that are gonna be suffering. I don't know why. I guess it's because we feel like there's white privilege, white privilege in the world. Maybe that's why.
You don't feel it is there.
It is. That's
It
why.
is,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. It is
If
there.
all of us
So
go
maybe
for
that's
a
why.
job interview and there's we've got
Uh-huh.
a white friend, they look at him first,
Exactly.
then maybe you.
I'm the
then us
terrorist.
too.
I'm the terrorist. So
Okay, yeah, I know,
Yeah.
but you know the hierarchy.
Different
of-
countries. If you
Yeah.
come to my country, no one will even care
No
about
one
your.
cares.
If
They'll-
you're,
it's-
they'll
See,
look at
Africa
you.
is
They'll
different,
put
right?
you
So
before
like
us.
even in like
put you on a pedestal. I used to call this the white Jesus
yeah,
thing.
the white Jesus.
Because
something,
Jesus was not white.
He was brown. Yeah. He was Arab.
He
was
wasn't
Arab,
white.
yeah.
If we're just honest, when you're born,
You
that
just
side-
don't want to admit he
exactly.
was
No,
brown.
if you're born that side, you're not white.
He was from Jerusalem, right? So
Yeah.
yeah.
If you're
Yeah.
born there, you're not white. But if you see the
They're
pictures
brown,
of
yeah.
Jesus, they show him as a white man.
But that's the thing. It's just made up. That's what's made up.
That's the perception of white. Because even it's funny how religion, the KKK use the same Bible we read.
Mhm.
Oh, we read.
You
Exactly. And then they change it. My neighbor. For them, my neighbor is someone who looks exactly like them.
exactly like
He has
them.
to be
Yeah,
white.
yeah.
His nose has to be a certain way. Color of the eyes
Yeah,
has to
yeah.
be. Hair has to be here. Exactly. But us, when I say my neighbor, my neighbor, my neighbor.
Everyone, yeah.
Even
Her,
even
you
that
know,
lady there,
I-
my neighbor. Exactly.
Yeah, but no, I was just saying this though. Like, so I feel like the reason non-white people, families,
Okay.
mostly like stress that in their children and stuff over the children, that you need to make money, you need to be a doctor, engineer, some blah blah blah. I feel like the reason we do that is because we know that it's harder for us to survive in the world, maybe. So that's kind of why. Like the
Yeah, I know what you
privilege
mean,
type,
but
yeah.
not this day and age. Maybe in our parents' day and age.
Yeah, that's why
Yeah,
I'm saying
yeah,
they do
yeah.
that. They do that
But
because
that's
I have white friends, all right,
Mhm.
and like most of them, they can do whatever the hell they want. So that's why I feel like I'm not saying because I have 5 white friends I can talk for the whole world, but I'm just saying you can kind of see a correlation.
Mm.
Okay, and that's all I'm saying.
Bring it back.
Yeah.
Bring it back to religion now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get back.
Well, that's start again.
Oh.
That's another thing.
Mm.
The fact that I mean, I don't want to like say like white people aren't religious. But I'm just saying that South America, they're like really serious. South America, they're really serious about their like
Extremists.
not extremists, but like they're pretty religious and stuff as compared to like like maybe people from California, Florida, stuff like that. You get what I mean? No, South America.
South America.
So I'm just saying again, you see like South America, like Brazil, Mexico, and all that. You know?
Mexico is
Chile.
North America.
Yeah, no, I'm just talking about South.
Yeah,
Oh,
go
yeah.
on.
It is South America.
No.
Yeah,
Go on.
Mexico.
No, Mexico is in North America.
No, Mexico is actually Central America.
Really?
Yeah, Mexico.
Yes.
No, because I
Mexico
thought
kinda-
those are the big three. Because like it's Canada,
Canada,
Mexico,
the
and
US.
in the
Yeah,
US.
Mexico is actually in between.
Anyways, the point I'm trying
Yeah.
to make.
No, no. You see, when you say South America, I'm thinking of Brazil.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Brazil,
even that,
Venezuela.
even that, Argentina and all of them.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
What I'm trying to get
Chile.
at,
Okay.
is that they're always, again, this might be a stereotype, but they're known to be religious and stuff like that. Always with the, what do you call that, a rose,
Oh, the rosary.
rosary and stuff like that. And when you look at an average, American like that, you don't really see much religion in that sense. And you
Also
come
the-
to the Middle East, you're gonna see beards and stuff. I'm just saying you're gonna see religion in practice.
I have 2 American friends, and they're both atheists. So I get what you're saying.
That you see, I'm talking about like a correlation.
Yeah.
So put that against mental health and family structure, it makes a lot of sense. Like
Mm.
religion, it was given to you to as a way of life, like we said, and it could
help
have
you.
helped you. So if you had just taken the chance, and if you had taken it seriously in the right way.
Mm.
people don't.
Free will.
Yeah. Like I said again, free will and like this free world has brought more bad than good, in my opinion.
Bad's always been there.
It's brought more bad than good, in my opinion. I don't
Mm.
know.
In my
Hasn't it?
opinion, my own opinion, I believe that free will is the best thing we were ever given
Mm-hmm.
because it gives us liberty.
No, definitely. Yeah.
But with free will, there are two
There's a price.
consequences.
There's a price.
Exactly, there's a
Yeah.
price to, for everything. There's a
There's
price
a
to
price.
pay.
Yeah.
It's either good is going to come of it or bad is
Mhm.
going to come of it.
Mm-hmm.
And people choose to do different things.
Mm-hmm.
People are relating the story of the Joker and how
Yeah.
someone and the way he lived, whereby he lived a life whereby he went
He
through
was
so
treated.
many
Yeah.
bad
Yeah.
things,
Mm-hmm.
and his end result was that
He
now
started
if I
killing people.
exactly
Yeah.
if you hate me or I see you, I just don't
Mhm.
like you.
Yeah.
You're dead,
Mm-hmm.
and that's his free will. So
Mhm.
and literally, I just hope that people watch that to at least see the consequences of making
Mhm.
bad decisions, not adopting such
But
vices. Like we promoting love and
they
peace, eh?
they
All the time.
Yeah,
they
love and
literally
peace.
romanticized. Okay, I'll admit I watched it twice,
Yeah,
the movie, and I started feeling for him. Like I was like, man, this poor guy. I was on
exactly.
his
It's
side, but
sympathy to it.
as a mentally sane person, I'm feeling sympathy for him. So just imagine someone who isn't mentally sane who watches the movie,
Exactly.
and if especially if you're in the U.S., you can easily get a gun. So you get what I'm trying to get at, like how
Exactly. You
this stuff
can
can promote that stuff
exactly promote
easily.
type of violence.
The one of the I think one of the first or maybe actually the first cinema mass shooting was of a guy who was just dressed up as the Joker. Do you remember?
Oh,
Oh,
in the Batman.
During the
In the
Heath
Batman.
Ledger days, yeah,
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 the
yeah.
Batman thing.
Some
Yeah.
guy just came into like a cinema and like started shooting everyone.
I feel
And
like
especially movies like The Purge. Why would the hell would you make a movie like The Purge and all
no,
those?
as in because dude, I've never understood this. Like, especially when it came to because I understood like
Mm-hmm.
especially I understood like things were dangerous. I never got a knife like and
yeah.
even
Mm-hmm.
went to my brother. I was like,
Yeah,
I know what happens if
yeah,
I even
True,
from a
true,
young
true,
age I
true.
knew like if I get a
yeah,
knife and do this to someone,
yeah.
it'll
Exactly.
exactly. But I never understood that. But for me, the thing is, I also understand. That's why I've always used to. I love not only watching things about religion, but also how most people. You see, that's what I'm saying, dude. Like how most people can use religion
Mm-hmm.
to a set specific group. There's that mass murder. This guy convinced like over hundreds of people to drink poison, and they said after you drink this, when you wake up, it's one of the biggest mass murder.
When was this?
I don't know. I watched on this guy. You know these quotes, man. You know Jesus. You know this and that. This guy told people to take poison, pretty much,
Okay.
and pretty much just kill themselves.
Ah, it's
It
similar to what we're recalling.
mm,
Just yesterday when they connect,
mm,
whereby it's under Mark chapter 16, somewhere verse 18, somewhere
mm,
there, whereby the Bible literally says, if you drink poison, it will not harm you. If
exactly.
you hold serpents, they will not harm you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So someone took that to practical, like
Mhm.
literally
Literal level.
practical,
Yeah.
exactly, and then took it to tests. Even up to now, there's few people who get
Who do that? Yeah.
detergents,
Yeah.
put them
Ti-
in water and give
Tide
people
pods.
to drink.
Tide
Exactly.
pods as well. Yeah.
Open your mouth, get some spray,
Doom.
doom, puts in your mouth and just
In your eyes.
pesticides. It's mess. It's
People.
mess.
the good shit, man.
I always watch. I always watch, and I'm like, it's funny how people can change the world, sit back and just keep
It's because
quiet.
look, some people
True.
are not okay in the head.
No, it's not. People are angry. They feel it's unfair. You know, the thing is, I never blame myself or anything. Or like, I look. The problem is comparing. That's how I view it.
Mm-hmm.
True.
The moment you look at there's that saying, the grass is always greener. You see, I love Jaco. Jaco's love yours. That's one
Yeah,
of the
love
best.
yours.
Yeah.
Yeah, love yours. He said like, no matter what you do in life,
Mm.
oh, he used some
Yeah, yeah.
explicit words. He just said, "There's no such thing as a life that's better than yours.
Yeah.
There's no such thing, no such thing." Like, listen, you can never learn to love another girl if you can't love yours.
Yeah.
This whole fantasy we have, like, that girl, it's just the truth. Those are just
Exactly,
fantasies.
exactly.
It starts. The grass is always greener where you water it. Charity begins.
Charity
at
begins
home.
at home. Yep,
That,
that's
that's
what I was
the
getting
saying.
at.
I
Yep.
never understood them until now. I'm like,
Yeah,
bruh,
yeah.
you can. That's what I'm saying. It's just the same. That's why I feel like religion for me. These days I'm starting to get it.
Mm-hmm.
Because example, like when you use religion, and even we spoke about this, like when you're trying to get on that path, you see the things that used to matter to you don't matter as much these
Yeah.
days. Of
Yeah.
course, they'll be like, then
'Cause they're
eventually
growing,
won't.
yeah.
Exactly, they want
There's growth to it.
exactly because like I told you, I don't know if it's is it Devon Franklin, Megan Good's husband?
Yeah.
So he said what they did in their relationship. He's a very like religious guy,
Okay.
one of the best, very religious. So he said what one thing they did was they removed sex out of their relationship before they
Okay.
got, so they didn't have any intimate relations until they
To
got married.
see
After
how invested they were.
and I also
You
said
told me
like
about this.
most people you get in relationships with, you remove sex, you just
Mhm.
said this person.
There's nothing left
There's
in
not.
there. Yeah.
There's no. We're not
That-
helping each other grow.
That's the thing, and that's how the world is right
Yeah,
now.
hookup culture
Literally,
and all
I've
that.
been watching even a wise people,
Yeah.
people who I believe should be at least preaching something
Mhm,
good.
mhm.
Literally, they say, "You dating? How long have you been dating with your man? Like 3 months, and you haven't had
Have
sex
sex?
yet?"
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I
Literally,
swear to
sex,
God, man.
sex,
Exactly.
which was viewed as a
A
secret.
taboo and
It
all
is.
that.
No,
Exactly,
it
something
is.
that's sacred is something like literally right now is
They're
thrown to
supposed to be.
everyone.
Dude,
To everyone,
I tell
saying
people
you should have sex.
exactly.
You should try
So
to have multiple partners and see the one you enjoy with. That's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
you
yeah,
get
yeah.
married with.
True.
You
yeah,
never
you know what I
know.
hate, man? It's sexual compatibility. Like,
Yeah.
what the hell?
Yeah.
What the actual hell?
Yeah.
A penis goes inside a vagina. That's all the compatibility
Exactly.
Yeah.
you need.
It's simple. Simple
Like,
biology.
I need to try. See how what we're like in
Exactly.
bed.
Know which
Yeah.
one is
No.
better.
Exactly.
The
True.
different flavors.
Hey,
I
true.
don't know which flavors are there, man.
Well, just human.
Mocha.
We all taste the same. But
Coffee, eh?
exactly, yeah.
Nescafe.
The cocoa there. But no, I agree with you guys. Like that's the thing. Like I've also realized once you remove sex out of any equation,
Even the
They-
podcast.
exactly. You just start to see like, does this person actually bring value?
Yeah.
You
True.
see, it's just about one thing I've always said. It's about value. The thing is, like, I try to surround myself with people who do different things, whether it's music
Mm.
or recording,
Yeah,
podcasts, and
yeah.
whatever. Also, people who think differently from me.
Mm.
I mean, those guys who my few of my friends that I know of are atheists,
Mm.
and I don't do this. The thing I hate is when someone doesn't think like you. Then you're like, oh, we can't be friends.
No, I don't
They're
believe in that
atheists,
either.
but I tell them like, why? They didn't. They tell me this and this.
I actually like sitting down with them and talking to them. and
Exactly.
getting
It's just the
their
same. I'm
opinion.
not trying to convert them or send.
Same.
Exactly. I'm just trying to
I'm just
listen to.
kidding. No, yeah.
Exactly. I'm trying to listen
To understand. Yeah, why
Exactly.
do you think that way?
Exactly. Because
Maybe, who knows if you have the key?
Yeah.
it's true.
But
Most people complain.
unlikely.
Most
The-
people, no. Most people complain that when I talk to someone who's religious, it's like, no, my brother, you should start praying. Those are evil. Those are demons. I'm like, my friend. I feel like that's the problem. I'm also saying, I also understand where these people are coming from. That's the thing, man. Having empathy is one of the things you have to learn.
Yeah.
True.
It's not easy. Having empathy for someone who says, my brother, you have to be praying. I'm like, it's just empathy.
Don't impose it. Don't impose it.
Nothing.
When
imposed.
their time will come, they'll know. They'll
Mm.
feel it themselves.
Mhm.
They'll run back to God, maybe themselves. Who
Mhm.
knows? But try to be there for them.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Don't impose. Though.
Because I feel like even if Jesus was around, the way we do things when we're trying to get our point across. Someone once said, I was reading this thing. It's like communication. The problem with communication today is people actually
They don't
we
listen.
don't listen to
You don't
understand or
listen
can't
to-
find common ground. We listen to
Mhm.
reply
That's true. That's
every
true.
time. People are listening to reply.
Yeah.
I tell example. You get into an argument with your girlfriend. You always do this. The first thing you've heard is I always, and here we go again. But times like, listen, babe, I understand. Maybe it comes from an insecurity. When you go, it's different how you can want to say the same thing, but if you say it differently,
Yeah.
how someone else also understand.
Yeah, you can use the same words but say it differently.
Yeah.
Tone matters as well
Tone
because
matters, man.
that's why it's important for people going through even relationships and
Mhm.
everything, not to text all the time. Okay, yeah, it's good, but there's some conversations you can't text.
Exactly.
True.
Exactly.
Tone matters. For example, I'm sorry. I'm not a person who
Mhm.
likes to read. I'm sorry because for me, I think you just texting it for the
True,
fact of
true.
it.
And it's probably just autocorrect as well.
Exactly,
You didn't even put in any
exactly.
effort.
The one is I'm sorry, then they forward it to you.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, I'm sorry.
It hurt.
I'm
huh?
telling you.
And people who break up over text as well,
exactly.
yeah.
That's
like,
madness,
that's
bro.
Exactly.
Rather talk.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Communication is important.
It's just everything's lost nowadays because social media. man.
Yeah. We back.
Look, it's
forward.
good. Social media is good, but it's also bad. Again, everything comes with a price. Everything
good
comes with a price.
can be used against us. I mean, sex was a
Everything.
good thing made porn from it, so anything good can just be.
Yeah,
Religion is
the
good.
internet was made for communication. It turned into
Exactly.
sexual
Religion
communication.
was meant to bring people together.
But
Then it
that's-
turned into
now,
radicalization,
Literally,
extremism.
there's division. That's
Yeah.
come
yeah,
because
isn't
of
it
it.
in
You know-
Algeria where we're praying that most churches are being closed down? now?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
the
And that's the
self-righteousness-
sad thing.
Yeah, the self-righteousness part, like how priests of all religion, I
Yeah.
know Christianity and even Islam,
Mm.
the reason they molest children, at least this is what my thinking is,
Mm.
it's probably because they know that if they touch a woman, oh, it's a sin because it's written in the Quran, like don't touch a woman, blah blah blah, stuff like that. It's
Yeah,
like clearly written.
in
But then they
Christian.
go like, but they didn't say anything about children though. So that's why they
Oh,
just.
serious?
No, I'm just saying like I'm
Ah,
pretty
oh,
sure that's what they
your
think
thoughts, your
Mm.
thoughts.
because people also do zoophilia, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, people who like hump goats and all
Oh,
that
oh yeah.
because it's never it's
Yeah.
not directly written. You get what I mean? Obviously, this
Bestiality, yeah.
because the holy books, Bible, Quran, they don't need to say, oh, don't touch children, don't touch
Yeah.
animals because it's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
But people try to say, oh, there's a gray area, like
Yeah,
yeah,
people are always looking for. One thing I read is that a long time ago, we just generalized by saying religion
Mhm.
was about me looking for God,
Yeah,
me trying to find God.
yeah.
Now, nowadays, it's about what can I
What
do
can I
and
do?
still remain with God.
Say, yeah,
But what can God do?
So looking for a gray area and
Exactly.
it's saying, what can I still do and still remain saying, okay, I'm still
trying
with
to
God.
trying to turn religion however you want it, like
Exactly, trying
trying
to manipulate it to
manipulate it.
suit
There we
your
go.
needs.
Yeah,
True. I can't even argue on that.
Mhm.
That's what most people do. I think I've also caught myself doing that. But that's why I also say, like, for me, I also told myself, if I'm going in full in, all in with
Mhm.
religion, it has to be all
Mhm.
in. I can't say I want to go all in, then I'm still doing certain things.
True.
We used to have this argument. I had this, one of my friends, I was like, I go to connect, but I still go club. And I was like, listen, my bro, let's just be realistic with ourselves. We all know what we have to do.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The moment you say, this is what I want to do,
Yeah.
this is the journey, some things have to stop.
Mhm.
The truth is just
Mhm.
the truth.
Yeah.
You just need a reality check.
Exactly. I also said there's nowhere in the Bible where it says Jesus got turned, Exactly.
Yeah.
Nowhere. He
Mhm.
just said, my friend, this guy was on a mission.
Yeah.
But I also tell people, once you know your purpose, your mission, it's on you. Once you know, when it kicks in,
Yeah.
even those, we're talking about talents. How come most people, when it's like they get it, they understand, that's when they start doing even more than most people have done. Like
Yeah.
Econ was able to provide electricity to millions of people in his country. UNICEF have been doing what, and they've been there longer.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I also say, like, it just kicks in, man. Things just start to click.
Yeah.
That's why I also say, like, this life, I feel, is also, society has very, very. I just don't know. If you're trying to live life based on society, you're gonna die.
Yeah.
True.
You'll be depressed. You're gonna die. And I feel like if you just understand, the problem with most people, they go to church for other people's validation.
Mhm.
I want you guys to validate. No, you go to church. You say, listen, God, where are we? Where
Yeah,
are you
yeah.
and I? What's where we are right now?
Mm.
But
Yeah.
that's just my perspective, man.
I just to add on to that, there's a reason why they say salvation is personal.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because at the end of the day, you're not going to reach heaven
Mhm.
or Mecca
Mhm.
out of the efforts of your
Other-
neighbor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's your own
It's you.
effort.
Mhm.
It's you in the long race. Everyone is running their race.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is that the fact that people have to put into considerations
Mhm.
that we have different destinations in
Yeah,
terms
yeah.
of
Mm.
our missions,
Mhm.
but the end goal is to reach
It-
our heaven.
It's all the
Mhm.
same. Yeah.
That's how it is.
Yeah. So yes. So Mr. Elisha, we're back. Welcome back, guys. Took a slight break there. Mr.
Welcome
Elisha.
back.
Exactly. Best Elisha MJ, aka is your sister single. Mr. Elisha, you had a question.
All right. So the hot question of the day, let's bring some hit to it. So the hot question of the day is: if God really exists, why do bad things happen?
Who wants
I'd
to
like to
answer it?
give best.
Oh,
the
Mr. Best.
Yeah, best to
Yeah.
take it.
Best take it, please.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So I got distracted.
Mm.
Okay. This world. This isn't heaven. Okay. This
Yeah.
was meant to be imperfect. There was meant to be pain in this world.
Yeah.
No one ever said this was going to be paradise and everything's going to be
Yeah.
rainbows and butterflies, all right?
Yeah.
And the point of this world, if you're a person of religion,
Yeah.
at least the religions that I can
Mm.
vouch for, like that I know of, Christianity, Judaism, and Islam,
Yeah.
like you're in this world, it's for the next world. The next world is the eternal life.
Mm.
So this world is pretty much a trial. There's going to be tests in this world, and it's going to test your faith, and that's what it's about. So everyone's going to get tested. Some with money, some with life. Like lust, all those things. No one's gonna get it all. No one's gonna get it all. Even if
Yeah.
you're the richest man in the world, you might not be the happiest. Something's gonna go wrong, and that's just. And you're gonna say, "Oh, it's so evil that like God was so evil. Like He never gives everything to everyone." But that's just because that's for the next world.
Yeah.
This world is for basically a test of your strength, of your faith, and you just have to hold on and believe in God. That's trust the process and endure the pain.
and be.
Yeah.
That's my point of view. What
As
would
in
you
for
say?
me, my point of view is just pretty much the same. I feel like suffering is the greatest gift God ever
Yeah,
gave
it's
man.
growth.
There's no person, even when you read the Bible, everyone
Yeah.
suffered.
Mhm.
Even
Yeah.
Jesus suffered.
Obviously, even
Jesus was left.
Prophet
by-
Muhammad. Yeah.
Exactly. Jesus was left by his boys.
Mhm.
When he got arrested, everyone ran away.
Yeah.
Jesus even told Peter, like,
The way you explain it.
everyone
Yeah,
ran
you
away
my
for
homie,
real,
yeah,
man.
you my homie.
Exactly. Peter
You
was
my ride or die.
Peter was the ride or die, and
My
Peter-
day one.
and they said, Jesus told him, "My G, you're gonna betray me. You're gonna deny me 3 times. Not betray me, but deny me 3 times,
Mhm.
twice." And nah, Peter,
Like,
no,
me, I can't.
Nah,
me,
man.
the way
the way I
I
am.
can die for you.
Jesus,
I can catch a grenade.
there you go, huh? It came,
Yeah.
push came to shove, and he said, "You weren't you with Jesus? Deny it once, but no, we saw you.
Do I know him?
Exactly.
Mhm.
Do
Who's
you
that
what
one?
I'm saying?
Nah, G.
Exactly.
Nah.
Not me, not me, not
I
me.
cool with him no more.
Exactly.
What you mean?
I was. That's how I was. Like, guys, at the end of the day, through suffering is when you realize who the person you're with. Example, in a relationship,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
only the time where you and your wife, you or your wife, your girlfriend suffer, where
Mhm.
you
Yeah.
know, is this person really there for
Really
me?
worth it. Yeah.
Even vice versa, she also assess you and like, is this guy serious about me?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because that's what I believe. I don't, not this petty. No, I want to make my boyfriend jealous. No, when, like, you know, as I said, when shit
Mhm.
hits the fan,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, where you're now going through financial problems, where you're now going through, you know, you, someone's got cancer or something. You
Yeah.
know, that's what I'm saying. It's easy to talk when
Yeah, it's easy to talk.
whenever everything is
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
But it's when that's why they say it's through sickness and health. It's through the sickness part.
You know, like when it gets hard to wake up in the morning for class, that's when you start questioning: is university really worth it? It's just like that
Yeah.
with.
the same thing.
It's just like that with
Oh,
you know.
it's every day.
We
Even
all
right
do.
now, I'm
Right.
saying, is it worth it though? Eh? Is
I
it
feel you. I feel you.
exactly?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'd like to conclude on
Mm.
this subject matter. All right. So, for those who are Christian, you
Mm.
bear with me the Lord's Prayer.
Yeah.
So, there's a reason why we say, let your will be done on earth as it is in heaven.
Mm.
We have to understand that the devil has authority. For those people who are afraid to bring this to mention, this is the truth and it will always stay. That's why the devil took Jesus to tempt him because he
Yeah.
had authority. He
Mhm.
said, bow down and I'll give you everything.
Everything.
He has authority. We have to understand that the devil's will also comes to pass.
Yeah.
The devil has his way. That's why there are sacrifices. That's why a lot of things will come into play. And I just don't want to go into details into the things that happen, into the satanism type of things
Yeah.
of rituals. But
Mm.
it's all about sacrifice and everything that comes in that line. But the devil has his way. And that's why we pray for God to protect us.
Yeah. Seek refuge. You know, in
Exactly. We
God,
pray for
from
protection
Satan.
because we know the devil is out there hunting.
Exactly.
And his way comes. He can. And what happens is this. I did this in my song that's going to come out. It's like a conversation of God versus the devil.
Mhm.
Mhm.
You guys are going to love it. Trust me on this topic.
Allow it.
The devil says, I'll go for my third verse. Says, God says, your works are quite sloppy. Devil, do you copy? I got you figured out. You just steal, kill, destroy you. As you ain't is transaction. I'm the biz. You got them hypnotized. They don't realize who they are. They're chosen generation, holy priesthood, holy nation. People take a step forth. You just stuck on contemplation. Jesus Christ, your navigation, and heaven's your destination. The devil replies, ha 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 ha. Your kingdom is in decline. Your people be daily crying. Check the crime, it's a sign. Lies are now a mother tongue. In your temple, bust a gun. Fill them up with pain and grief. Result is always unbelief. I split the speed of weed on my watch. It's high time you should know this. You're nothing but a blame ditch. Trinity, my sandwich. I'm having you for breakfast. Now, the reason why I say
Wow.
Breakfast.
you are
That's why
Fire.
fire.
No, for real though.
Breakfast.
Like
No,
that's,
no,
that's
for
really
real,
deep.
man. Oh, yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's still going. Oh, so sorry.
the reason why I say the reason why the devil says you're nothing but a blame ditch. Listen to these words. Fill them up with pain and grief. Result is always unbelief.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Usually when people go through pain,
That's the only time
they turn on Jesus. The devil has his way. I say, I fill them up with pain and grief. Result is always unbelief.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're nothing but a blame ditch. When the devil has his way, what are people going to do? They're going to blame God.
Blame God. Yep. Yep.
God,
that's what
why
happens.
is my mom dead? Why is it? The devil
Yeah.
has his way.
Yeah.
People forget that.
Mm.
That's why we need to pray and stay
Mhm.
strong
Stay strong.
with God.
Be patient.
Be patient with
Yeah,
it.
Islam says seek help through patience and prayer.
Yeah.
Constantly, that's what it
Patience,
says.
Exactly. Pray.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that people forget. They
Mhm.
forget that God is in existence. Now, okay, they know that God is in existence, but they forget that the devil also is in existence
Mhm.
and is working to destroy man.
True.
So the reason why we go through pain is
Mm.
because the devil is at work.
Yeah.
True. And I feel like also you have to be tested.
Yeah, you have to be
God has to
tested.
because I
Anyone
feel like
can say, "Oh, I believe in God." You know,
exactly.
and then-
I feel like God says, okay, this guy. Let me also see how serious it is about because just like anything, man,
Mhm.
it's just like always as you move on to the next level.
Yeah.
I feel like you get bored. God just says like, okay, if Elisha is now serious about me, let me put them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Was
let
it
me
Jo-
see.
was it Job?
Job.
Was
Job is a good example.
Job? That's it. I don't even
Yeah,
have to say
yeah,
much.
yeah.
So Job for
We have a job as well. I forgot his name. And like
yeah. So
Arabic,
like
but
he
yeah.
lost everything
Mhm.
literally,
Mhm.
but he was still able to turn to God
Yeah.
and say, God, even if I'm going through this, like even like
Oh, okay.
the way
Ayub,
it
Ayub,
goes, like
Ayub,
God
yeah.
and the devil had a conversation.
Yeah.
So exactly. So God was like, choose. I don't know if it was choose.
Devil was like, you see this guy Job down there.
Exactly.
He
Mhm.
has everything.
Mhm.
You take away this and see you turn away
Yeah,
from
yeah,
you.
Yeah. And God was like, nah, not him. God
Mhm.
said him. Ah, no, that guy is different.
Yeah.
He's made different cloth.
Yeah.
That guy.
And that's how it's supposed to be for many of us.
Yeah.
We should be
Definitely.
that different cloth, that different fabric.
Exactly. Like a papa, got you. But now I understand. I feel like that's why I would say like if that's why I say like for me I would say society
Mhm.
versus life. Like I said, for me priority is happiness.
Yeah.
Society priority is money.
Mhm.
Getting the most likes.
True.
Yeah.
Which chick or am I gonna date today? The finest chick.
Mhm.
But at the end
Yeah.
of the day, if that's like for me the simplest saying, love your neighbors, you love yourself.
Yeah.
If all you have is hate in you, you're never gonna love nobody.
Yeah.
It's like even Islam. It's a no.
And you also,
Yeah.
and one thing to add is that you have
Yeah.
to love yourself as well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Many people want to live a life that's not theirs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For example, a lot of people go through this plastic surgery,
Yeah. Yeah. 'Cause
changing their own
all the
sex,
cosmetic,
Yeah.
and
superficial stuff.
it
Yeah.
goes on and on and on and
Mhm,
on.
mhm.
But God made you.
Yeah, exactly.
See, there's already
And
another
God doesn't make
Rihanna.
mistakes.
There's already Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, yeah.
There's already a MJ. There's already a Best.
Yeah, no, no.
There's already a double portion.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
no double
But you
portion,
need to be yourself.
True.
If I didn't stick to be myself, I
Yeah.
wanted to be someone else,
Yeah, yeah.
then I'm already trying to fill in shoes that someone else is filling.
Exactly.
You can't fit in my shoes when
Uh-huh,
I'm in my own
uh-huh.
shoes.
True.
There's no way.
Doesn't make sense.
My shoes are a perfect fit for me.
And plus
You
take
have
care of
shoes
yourself.
that are for
I'm
you.
wearing slippers.
You rock your shoes.
Exactly.
Whether you're rocking Nike, you're rocking Adidas, you're rocking Reebok,
Neither.
whatever.
Puma. Or
Even
Puma.
if it's your pata
I don't even
pata
know where it's at.
slippers,
Exactly.
tropicals.
Let them know. And I think you're like a
You
size
have
7, so
your
like, I'll
own
rip your
wearing,
shoes
like,
off.
life
Aladdin
and your
stuff.
own shoes to walk through.
True.
Let me say one more thing.
Mm.
God doesn't make mistakes.
Never has.
True.
And people think
Never
that,
has.
I was supposed to be born a woman. I was supposed to be born a man.
That's
Like,
a psychological
God doesn't make
problem.
mistakes. And God isn't a woman, Ariana Grande.
Mm.
Okay? And
Yeah, shout out to Ariana
We
Grande.
still
Let's
love
just
you,
let's
You
just
should
clear
come on the
that out.
podcast.
Yeah,
Eh?
but yeah.
and this one more thing, like, I
Our
want to
Father
add.
in heaven. Father.
There's one more thing I want to add, though. Like, how atheists go, like, oh, how do you believe in God? Have you ever seen him? It's so stupid because they're just answering their own question. Now, hear me out. We need oxygen to, like,
Yeah,
survive, right?
Yeah.
We know that. We don't believe
Yeah.
that. We know that because it's
Yeah.
been proven.
we know it.
We know it. There's a difference between knowing and believing.
Yeah.
The whole point of belief is, like, not really having 100% proof right there in front of you, because
Yeah.
why would it be belief then? Okay, you get what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, this is
Mhm.
what, like, belief is. Like, will you believe in God without seeing him
Yeah.
that's how it
and
is.
just trusting in his signs in the world?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Christianity calls us to live a life of faith.
Yeah.
Same
He
as
said,
Islam. Yeah.
if you always see,
Mhm.
Yeah.
for example, we're seated on these chairs,
Mhm, mhm.
we don't have faith that they'll stand strong.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
know, like, they
We just-
will.
yeah,
This
yeah,
table,
yeah.
we know that it will.
Exactly.
But faith is whereby you can't see.
Exactly.
That's why people say if you have a dream,
Mhm.
you can't see your dream theirs. You have to have faith. You have to hold
Trust your
on
own
to
wings,
it.
you know?
When people are
Mhm.
blowing air to it,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have to stand strong.
Stand strong.
Yeah, so that's faith. And
Yeah.
that's one powerful thing that people forget.
True. True.
The faith aspect
And
in walking with God.
and then people, like, and like how everyone wants to, act all tough and say, oh, God doesn't exist, until they're on a plane and,
Yeah,
in the middle of a
turbulence.
thunderstorm and, like,
That
turbulence is
turbulence.
going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I feel like religion. That's the thing. Like for me, like I won't lie. I do battle with it. because I think I'm trying to find.
I think we all do.
Yeah, yeah. But for me, it's like like I also say, like it's also. I feel like I put it in a place like I don't prioritize it
That's the thing. That's what a
because
lot of
I'm
us
trying
do.
to
That's
live
what
this
a lot
life
of
of
us.
now. How am I gonna feed my mom, my dad? Forgetting that
Yeah.
religion is free.
You know.
That's
Yeah.
the thing. That's the only thing that's free.
Yeah,
You
it's
get
liberal.
exactly. You just have it. You make a decision. That's why I always say like, because I always talk to Chico. Chico never makes me feel like she's a very nice person. You should meet her.
Okay.
One of the best people I've met here.
Yeah, she's
Exactly.
really a sweetheart.
Exactly. She just talks to you properly.
Okay.
And that's just the thing. I feel like religion, it's a like we say, it's a journey. This life is a journey. Other people find God
Yeah. Yeah.
early on in life. Other
Mhm.
people still have to go through some stuff. And yeah, because I saw this man. My mom sent me this video once where this man was proclaiming in the street, like, listen, this homosexuality thing it's wrong. You guys know it's wrong.
Yeah,
Here's my friend is a homosexual. Say that to his face. You know
Mhm.
it's wrong. He said it to his face. I was like, yeah, that's the problem. Most people are not willing to listen.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like you said, most people want, okay, make religion fit in my ways.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Because religion is like, you do this. If you want, it's just
Mhm,
like simple.
mhm.
It's simple. All of us know here what we have to do
Yeah.
to get a six pack.
yeah,
Are willing to do it. Just the same. Someone once told me the Bible means basic instructions before leaving earth.
yeah. Best instructions
Yeah,
before leaving
yeah,
Earth.
the basic
Okay.
instructions before leaving earth.
That kind of makes sense.
Exactly. So like, so
But that's the thing. Look,
Mm.
people don't want to follow instructions.
Just-
People, I like.
People want an easy way.
exactly.
I'll come back to Ariana Grande. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
process.
So, okay, but she was like
Back again.
she used to be religious.
Yeah.
Until she started learning more about religion, and she found out, homosexuality and stuff isn't really,
Yeah.
look,
Yeah,
it's looked down
accepted,
upon.
yeah, it's not
but
really
but her
accepted.
brother is openly gay.
Yeah.
So that's when she just went like, I can't associate myself with a religion, that's that like
Mm.
dismisses homosexuality. That's why I can't be part of it. The point I'm trying to make is like homosexuality and stuff like that, it's all man-made and stuff like that. We're gonna put all that, what was it, on the pedestal? Is that what you always say?
Pedestal,
On the
yeah.
pedestal,
Yeah.
right? But what God's written word,
Mm.
we're gonna be like, nah, like, no, I can't associate myself with
Yeah.
that because this is what I want. But again, like you
It's
said,
what you want.
Exactly.
it's what you want and how you
People
want
want
to turn your
to
religion.
make it
Yep,
fit
yep.
them,
Yeah.
and truth is truth. Whether you accept
But people
it,
don't
you
wanna
don't
listen.
want it.
That's the truth.
Truth will remain truth.
I also say this to best. At the end of the day, when judgment day comes or it doesn't
Everyone will
come,
know.
one of us will be right.
Yeah, yeah.
One
Yeah.
group of people will be right. It's
Yeah.
either the atheists, the religious people, or someone will be right
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
Yeah. But trust me, even if everything was a hoax and my beliefs was a hoax, I'll still believe in them
Yeah.
regardless. Because
Yeah. I know I lived a good life,
Yeah, I
religious
know
life.
that personally. I lived a good life,
Mm.
and to be honest, like religion
Mhm,
generally
mhm.
is a broken system.
Yeah.
I know what
There's
you mean.
no perfect church.
Yeah.
There's no perfect temple. There's
Yeah.
no perfect building you'd
Yeah.
find with
Mhm.
perfect people.
Yep.
We all imperfect.
True.
The only perfect being
Yeah.
is God.
Yeah.
It was also Jesus when he was on earth.
Yeah, and Jesus.
When-
Yeah.
And we walk with that. He's
True.
the only perfect one.
Mm.
And that's one thing that should be stated and
Yeah.
should be practical to different people.
Definitely.
It won't suit everyone.
Mhm.
Truth is truth.
Yeah.
If today my equation 1 plus 1 equals 11,
Mhm.
your 1 plus 1 equals 3, best 1 plus 1 equals
21.
4 or 21.
21. Mhm.
Yeah, here's 21.
Yeah.
There's only one right answer.
Which is mine.
Get out of
There's only one right
Yeah,
answer.
exactly. At the end of the day, there's gonna be one.
There's
right
only
answer.
one.
But that's the thing. But I'm gonna fight you over it. Just
Exactly.
like
You
people are
fight
doing.
me
Yeah.
to prove me wrong
Exactly.
on your answer.
Mhm. I will.
He would also fight. I would also
Yeah,
fight.
he's not a
But the
fighter.
truth is, the truth remain the truth.
truth
Whether
is-
you accept it, you
or not.
believe in it, you
Mhm.
don't want to, you ignore it,
Mhm.
it's going to be the truth.
Sooner or later, it's gonna show up. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you'll know.
True story. All right, guys. You want to end it there?
Yeah.
We can end it there. You don't have.
Sure.
Did you have one more question about wearing the cross?
Oh well, yeah. I just feel like people shouldn't wear like religious symbols and all
Mm.
that if you're not really, following that.
Mm.
If you're not really practicing it and stuff
For
like
your
that,
own convenience.
don't just wear it as a fashion statement. Like I know people who wear the cross, well, not even one, but like multiple crosses, and you ask them if they believe, they're like, "Oh no, I don't believe in God." And sometimes, isn't it funny how sometimes the Satanists are the ones who are wearing those? Like they're full of piercings and stuff, and they're also like wearing the cross when they're actually Satanists.
I
Yeah.
think it's the upside down cross. for
Yeah,
them.
upside down cross.
Yeah,
That's what
that
they
as
like
well.
to
Yeah,
do.
that's for them. The Satanists. Yeah,
Yeah.
I get that.
And the truth is that it's a symbol.
Yeah,
It should mean
it's just a
something.
symbol
Like your
now, yeah.
passport. Your
Yeah,
passport
yeah.
means you belong somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but
Through and through,
you
my
can't
friend.
have a passport for a country and you're not from that country unless you did it illegally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But look, following under proper guidelines,
Mhm.
it means something.
Exactly.
It's always meant something, and it will forever mean something.
Mhm.
So don't wear something you don't mean. Don't insult someone and say I didn't mean it.
Yeah.
Mean everything you
Mean
do.
everything you
That's
do
what I
and
always
say.
tell people,
Yeah.
man. I
Mhm.
don't understand. For me, I honestly say, like, if I steal from you,
Yeah.
I already know that it will be a problem.
Yeah.
I also tell people, like, for me, don't apologize
Mhm.
when you've done something like it. I tell people I have issues with people who do something bad to me,
Yeah.
and you know how I feel. Because in the moment when you do it, I know if example, I know if I steal, like example, Elisha and I are both musicians, and I steal
Okay.
his beat, and now I make it. I steal his flow and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
I know that first of all, I betrayed his trust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then even
You've
what
done
I'm doing
something
is wrong.
Yeah.
Because I'm at the age where I know like this is right or
Yeah,
wrong.
you know.
I know what I. But anyway, people just people will never. But at the end of the day, no one's perfect.
Yeah, no one's perfect.
But you understand, guys. Even if no one's perfect, some
Let's
people
try.
don't believe. Some people don't belong in your life.
Yeah.
Like everyone has a chapter in your life. Sometimes when someone does you wrong or dirty, or even for you, if you have done people wrong or dirty, some people have also let you go. So
Yeah.
I've also let people go. They've also let me go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's life.
Just to add on to that,
Mhm.
one of the most beautiful women in my life, one of my teachers,
Mm.
told me one of the strongest words. She
Mm.
told me, life is like being on a train. When you're in a train, you're moving.
Yeah.
Different people come in, different
Mhm.
people go.
Exactly.
And the people you reach your final destination with.
Yep.
Exactly.
That's how it is.
Yeah,
Simple.
definitely.
Simple. Meaningful, but simple and meaningful.
Simple.
Exactly. So guys, it's been your boy El Papi MJ. Is your sister single? You know how the thing goes.
She is.
And that's
And it's been your boy Best.
And
Is your
first of-
sister married?
get out. Look at
And
this guy.
your boy Double Porcion.
Porciana, baby.
Yeah,
double
the
the
intro,
portion.
don't forget it's times two.
8 times 2
Times
And
double
ladies and
portion be the
gentlemen,
name.
We're
Don't get a
what we're
clue.
gonna do for this episode, episode?
Episode.
Mute
Podcast.
times two.
We're gonna play Elijah's song, the one on Spotify.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Intro
Shout
and
out.
outro. So obviously, hearing this, so
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is the outro
Yeah,
part.
this is right
Intro,
now,
intro. If you don't know, it was Mr. Elisha. So Elisha's Instagram is right there on top of Elisha, right there.
Catch it.
Exactly. Mine is right there.
And mine's right here.
Exactly, guys. Thank you. And before we never forget, we'd like to thank everybody who's been watching, people who have subscribed, and everybody out there.
Much love.
Much love. Today was today was very serious. I feel
Yeah,
like
yeah.
everyone was serious
Yeah.
because this is a very
'Cause they
serious.
were-
A sensitive topic. to
Exactly,
be
it
Close
is.
to home, and we believe in religion. like,
Exactly.
dearly.
So first of all, we're not
we're not here to preach.
here to preach. We're not 100%.
These
This is
are
how we
just our beliefs. Yeah.
exactly. This
our
is
values.
everybody's.
I am.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Elisha
preach your
is here-
preach, eh?
exactly. He wants to preach his truth
Yeah,
because
preach
he's
your truth.
exactly. Speak your truth, exactly.
Mhm.
So, Mr. Elisha, we're gonna let you do the outro. Anything you wanna say?
All
Wanna
right,
shout out
so
to anyone?
shout out to, first of all, everyone who's listening to this. Thank you for sparing us your ear and your time. It means a lot. Like, seriously, it means a lot. And through okay, what I understood is that a stick can easily broken alone, but when you put a bunch of them together, it's hard to break it. And that's how it is with life. The more you move, the strength in numbers. The Golden State Warriors theme isn't just a theme for nothing. There's really strength in numbers, and the more we increase and the more we move together, it just makes things easier and better for each and everyone. So thank you to everyone who's out there who spared us this time and listened to our thoughts, and we hope that you've learned at least one or two things, or maybe even everything. You've learned everything. You've dissolved everything, dissected,
True.
and then something good. And literally, shout out to everyone who's out there listening, and big shout out to my boy MJ right here. And Best, thank you for having me and hosting me. Like, it's my honor and pleasure to be here. Double Porcion. I love every one of you guys. Take care.
Peace, love,
Man,
and
shout
cheese,
out.
guys. Peace, love, and cheese.
So,
That was fun.
That's how it is. Shout out to my brother Absalon. Celeb to the power to I see you. Happy Mr. Chitungu. Changa. June. Double portion. Times two.